electrical cables, you can get out of the arm too and kind of move around a little bit, and they warm you up.
Okay. So, do you want to get stuff before you start doing that, or do you want to just do it after? In terms of the round scoops and, let's see what Houston wants.
And with that in mind, Rick, with these adjustments on your suit, we're waiting for your go, and if you feel you can go to the 715 EVA.
Yeah, I think I can do a Houston out. I think my feet are warm up now. This sounds good. And I got the suit warmer now.
Okay, that sounds great, guys. Okay, so we're going to do some, of course, getting cleaned up a little bit, and Hopper, you're going to be heading down to get the AGV, but let's do some cleanup here first. Are we?
Okay.
And Hopper, we'd like you to go ahead and get moving. And Hopper, we're going to have you go to the airlock and do an O2 recharge, and I'll read you those steps when you get there if you need them. And Rick, we're going to have you cleaning up the work site here and getting started on the electrical connectors.
This is Mission Control Houston, 3 hours and 4 minutes into today's spacewalk. It's been quite a busy morning for the crew and the ground teams here. Both Rick Mastracchio and Mike Hopkins making extremely quick work of all this morning. They're an hour and a half ahead of the timeline. What they've done is talk to the crew to ask if they're okay with moving forward with a more aggressive schedule and actually pulling in some of the tasks, mainly the removal of this failed pump that were due to take place on the second spacewalk, which is scheduled for Monday. Going ahead and doing that now. Both Rick and Mike confirm that they're good to go. Rick was just talking about the fact that his suit was a little bit chilly, but he did turn on the heaters and sort of turn up the heat a little bit inside that suit and is all good to go. So what they will do is go ahead and begin the process of removing the electrical connectors from the failed pump, and then they will actually remove it and put it on what you will hear called the POA. This is basically just an attachment point, a temporary storage location outside the station for pieces of hardware.
Okay, I'm ready, Doug.
Okay, you had that 1.5-inch bit on your mini workstation. You put that on the fish stringer if you haven't already.
Now, because of the fact that we're going to be extending this spacewalk today into the 7-hour mark, it was scheduled for 6.5. We could go 7.5 hours.
So in crew lock bag 1,
right now, what they know is called a limiting consumable, and that's basically the lowest common denominator of what they have to watch out for, whether it's battery power, oxygen, whatever it may be. They are watching Mike Hopkins' suit. They are watching Mike Hopkins' suit.
Module. And also the round.
If we got enough oxygen in there for a little more than 7 hours, they're going to then go back to the west airlock and basically top off with enough oxygen to last throughout the rest of today's spacewalk. So once he does that, he'll be good to go, and we will continue to watch along.
Okay. Okay, can we do a little GTA just to help me get out of the gallon here and get out of the way, please?
Get ready for GTA.
Okay, I need station nadir about, maybe 20 or 30 centimeters.
Station nadir, 36 meters. Here comes the motion.
There has been several checks so far with both Mastracchio and Hopkins to make sure that there was no unexpected water in the suits. As we've been talking about all morning, they have some new sort of low-tech equipment inside these suits. Basically, it's just a pad in the back of the helmet that would soak up the water if any started crawling into the helmet like it did back in July with Luca Parmitano. But during all the different checks they've done so far, the crew has reported basically airtight and dry conditions, which of course is good news.
Okay, great. Hopper, go ahead and you can open the thermal cover. And we'd like you to use your SCU. Okay. And you have to go to attach your SCU, make sure it's locked.
Yeah, make it quick.
Okay, that way. switch status, you can switch status to O2 pressure, and you can wait to O2 P is reading greater than 800.
Copy.
Okay, Rick, we see at the work site, we do not have all the inhibits in place yet, so we'd like you to hold when you're in position there.
Okay, Jeff, do you want me to gather up the equipment or do the electrical first?
Yeah, no, that's right. Wanted to get the large, small red. Wanted to get the large, small red for the pump module, the round scoop, and the long duration tie down test.
Work, good, copy. Yeah, we're almost seeing my L2 at 828.
Okay, perfect, Hopper. You have a go to disconnect your FCU.
Okay.
So Mike Hopkins has topped off his suit with oxygen, and that's to last him throughout the rest of the spacewalk. As we mentioned, they're talking about extending it past the 7-hour mark because they've been running so far ahead of the timeline that they're actually going to go ahead and do some of the stuff that was planned for Monday's spacewalk. They're going to do it today.
We'll take a glove and a half inspection, please.
And back. 3V2. Crew up there. I guess it's in number 1. Okay. Okay, like that. Remind me where the round scoop is, which crew up there. I guess it's in number 1.
It should be in crew lock bag 1, Rick.
Okay. Is the long duration item?
Affirmative, Rick. All three of those items. Affirmative, Rick. All three of those items, the large, small rat, the round scoop, and the long duration tie down tether, all three should be in crew lock bag 1.
Okay, so the only thing I thought I needed over here was then I thought the large, small on the outside of the large roll I used. Do you matter? Does it matter which one we use?
That's acceptable, Rick.
Okay, yeah, I know we don't want to leave this one outside, so we should probably pick it up here, huh?
It sounds like a good plan, thanks.
Down here.
Thanks.
Down here. And we're on EV2. On the cabin section, it's normal. Cabin section, it's normal. Well, the RTD on the left index finger and on the outside has rubbed off. I don't know if you can see that.
We can't see it, Hopper.
Rubbed off.
And you can confirm that it's just the RTV hopper?
Affirmative. I can see a flat underneath, but it's not cut. It's just the RTV, not the dead trim.
Okay, copy hopper, and we have to go to continue.
Okay. Alright, so you got the airlock. Put the safer handle.
Yep, check those safer handles down, and then when you're ready, close the thermal cover.
Okay. In Houston, ED1 glows and half are nominal.
Okay, great news, Rick. Thanks.
For run change. Yeah, I got the large ball from the outside of the large OIU bag. I'm going back to like bag number 1. Hey, thermal cover is closed.
Copy hopper.
Hey, thermal cover is closed. Hey, thermal cover is closed.
Copy hopper.
And I'm heading to UGB.
That's correct. Heading to ESP2. That should be the FHRC on the nadir forward side of the ESP2.
Copy.
get over on ESP2. There's a sharp edge we're looking at on handrail 8012, zenith of the FHRCs. I'm stay away from that if you can.
8012, copy, and I see it. It's right on the numbers.
Affirmative. Affirmative.
Okay, I'm at the FHRC.
Okay, copy Hopper. And your caution here is just try to avoid contact with the AGV target pin and the grapple shaft.
Okay.
Okay, and getting ready for your PGT ops, place a local tether starboard of the AGV. It should allow you access to the AGV bolt. We suggested handrail 8011 if you got eyes on that.
And I'm already on 8011.
Perfect. When in position and ready.
And I've got
In position and ready. Go ahead, Hopper.
I'm going to get a rest for my BRT too.
Yeah, and that BRT rep should go to the grapple bar dog bone handrail.
And I'm not due to, okay, we'll come. Okay, it's to the dog.
Okay, great. Copy, Hopper. On the FHRC, you can open those 3 MLI flaps to access the AGV pins.
Okay. They're already open.
Okay, copy that, Hopper. And we're going to get ready on the PGT whenever you're ready.
Okay, and I'm ready on the PGT.
Okay, Hopper. Alpha 2, counter 2.
Okay, Alpha 2. Counterclockwise to this step.
Okay, you're going to loosen this bolt, and it's only 2 to 4 turns we're expecting.
Okay. Ready?
This is Mission Control Houston, 3 hours 21 minutes into today's spacewalk. What the crew is now doing is we continue to take a look at Mike Hopkins' Thelmacam, is release this
So just 2 to 4
fixture that's going to be used once they remove the pump to actually install the pump onto this temporary stowage location of what you're going to be here, what you're going to hear called the pull-up.
Okay.
Okay, great. You could stow that PGT now, Hopper.
Okay.
Hopper, now on the go ahead and pull the T handle out to unlock the AGB. You should have two white lines visible.
White line.
Okay, you can slide the single pin end out of the receptacle.
So,
And then remove the 2-pin end from the receptacles as well.
in Houston, you're ready. I'm ready to do electricals, and I'll give you an update. Let's finish working with Mike.
Okay, copy, Rick, and we're checking on the inhibits as well, so thank you. And Rick, you have a go on the electrical connectors.
Happy?
Okay, and we see that, yeah, sequence does not matter in disconnecting these. And we see that you're down on the nadir side, and we're expecting you maybe to, when you pull those back, have a wire tie to tie those back.
Okay. Okay. We'll go to D-Mate.
Go to D-Mate.
Work with J3, J4, J5. That'll work. Hey, Will, I have the AGB off.
Okay, great, Hopper.
You can see the small.
Yeah, go ahead and retract it to the smallest. Yeah, go ahead and retract it to the smallest setting and push the T handle in to lock it in position.
A3 is disconnected. Okay, it's locked.
Okay, great, Hopper. Go ahead and stow the AGB on your BRT.
Nothing in work.
Suggest aligning it down your leg with the grapple shaft pointed away from your body. And also just kind of mind your safety tether there as well.
Roger that.
Right now the crew is really working on the first part of the procedures for what would have been spacewalk number 2. It's due to take place on Monday. And it's really just retrieving this piece of hardware that's going to be used to actually attach the failed pump to another attachment point actually outside the station. Once this is done, they will move back and actually undo the electrical connectors on the pump itself and go ahead and remove it and then stow it away. So Tracy, let's talk about the timeline a little bit. I mean, the crew is way ahead of the timeline. That's got to feel good here after doing that. And all of a sudden, mission control says, hey, you're moving along.
Yeah, they certainly hit a milestone that I think back in their minds they were hoping they'd get to. And it just makes for a cleaner set of EVAs. And it puts a lot of confidence here on the ground that the hard stuff is behind us, which were those QDs that gave us so much trouble back in 2010.
The tricky connectors.
Correct.
Or the electrical ones are easier, right?
Well, I wouldn't say they're so much easier, but there's less danger with those because there's no toxic fluid coming out of them. But the same problem that we saw with the APFR in the beginning where it was sticky, we have the same potential for these connectors. Throwing the bales could be tricky because they have seen so many thermal cycles.
And Hopper, how you doing there?
Well, I got it on my BRT. On my left side, safety tether is clear. I closed the MLI on the 110 side. I need to go do that on the 210 side.
Okay, copy that. And once you get those flaps on the FHRC back closed, you have a go to translate back up to the work site.
Copy that, please. Hey, can we turn in the arm? Roger that. Houston, do you have my mini work? Do you have my WVS?
Go ahead, Rick. We have your WVS.
Need like a little O-ring and J3.
And go ahead, you read emergency procedure. Okay, we're checking on that.
And again, here's that on periods or phone connector visit. This other one. Just close the sound alarm and the noise one. This is to be really good. So this is some cleaning preparation around the pedal. And then that, so this is sound alarm.
Station Houston 1, I just wanted to let you know that we had a ethane smoke alarm, but we confirmed it is a ethane smoke alarm, but we confirmed it is a false alarm, so we're standing down. And can you copy that, Houston? And just we're standing down on the emergency procedure. We're proceeding with the EVA. Okay, copy that, Aki. Thanks for that.
This is Mission Control Houston. Aki Hopshay, one of the camp comes here in Mission Control, just confirming that a smoke alarm that was just set off aboard the International Space Station back in the Zvezda service module was a false alarm.
That was on the O-ring call that you called earlier.
Yeah, you see J3 is in my right camera, I think. There's a, like an orange, reddish, Deel, if you will, kind of half hanging out in the connector. I could try to pull it out. I can't guarantee I'll get it.
Stand by checking. Okay, Rick, we've confirmed that this is a ground-only seal, so if you get a tether on that, you could pull it off and put it in your trash bag.
You don't want me to stick a tether in there, do you?
Just best effort, Rick, there if you just grab it with your glove and put it in your trash bag.
Got it.
Nice work, Rick.
And Houston Station CB2. I'm at just inboard of the arm. And I'm going to go ahead and put a spare lead down here on 3413. We're going to keep my safety tether out of the way during the pump module removal.
Copy 3413.
Actually, Sam, when we're ingressing, what was the location for the fairway on hand rest?
That same handrail, 3413.
Oh, that'll be perfect then. Okay, J3, J4, J5 just connected. Pins in no other five, pins with grip.
Okay, copy, we copy, good, connector check. Rick, thank you. We'll take a short wire tie on those and tie those back just out of the exit.
Yeah. Copy. Let's see. Yeah, that's doable. I'll just tie it to the handrail here. I think that should work.
3 hours, 36 minutes into today's spacewalk. As you can see, Rick Mastrangio there, as we look at the helmet cam, has got 3 of the electrical connectors demated, disconnected. 2 more to go.
In Hopper, as we're putting down that the HEB, we want to make sure that as we're pulling the pump module out, you're going to be repositioning outboard, and we just want you to kind of take a look at the safety tether, make sure it's not going to be draping over the exit path.
Well, I'm going to be outboard during the pull-out. I'm not going to be inboard where the AGV is being installed.
Checking, standby.
I should be inboard, right?
We're checking out.
Okay. I'm just going to hang out here. Enjoy the view. Are you touched over the AGV? Mike already? Well, I'm not because the arm's in, so it's pretty tight. And I don't want to hit it with my foot as I come by. So what you got to do to fix that? And whenever you're...
Mike, just some words of clarification. For the extraction of the old pump module, we're going to want your eyes on the outboard side where you can keep an eye on that jumper that it's clear.
Okay. Can I do that from Zenith?
Checking. You can do that from Zenith.
Okay, I think I'll leave my safety center fairway like this. I'll go Zenith when it's time to pull it out. And then I should have easy access to come back. Or installing the AGD.
That's a good copy, Hopper. If you want to go Zenith, we're going to have to take a look at that fair lead and maybe potentially move it Zenith as well. So whatever your call, we figure you have the best eyes in that jumper box. We figure you have the best eyes in that jumper box as we're extracting.
Okay. And Coach, I'm ready for a GCA when you are. Okay, Rick, I'm ready for GCA. Okay, hey Mike, I'm going to need to come station inboard or port. Okay, stand by one. Okay. I'm not set off, please. You back up, please. Okay, you're coming to T-bars, talk to you. Okay, Luigi, when you're able, T-bars tucked in. English rate, I should say, is tucked in. So station port, about 30 centimeters.
That station port 30 centimeters. Here comes the motion.
And then we're going to go Zenith after that.
Yeah. Arms in motion.
Copy. In motion. Okay, you can stop here, Coach.
Stop.
Okay. Now you can go station Zenith. About meter and a half, 2 meters.
Station Zenith 2 meters. Here comes the motion.
Probably 1.5, yeah.
5.5 meters. The station Zenith. Here comes the motion. Arms in motion.
Okay. Motion continue.
Do that.
India. India. A little bit more. And you can stop there, Coach.
Okay, stepping beyond.
Okay. GCA complete.
The GCA complete. This is our next brakes on.
Copy. Another one goes over in J2 Houston. But it's floated out, but it's still kind of, I can get it.
Okay, copy that, Rick. Best effort and get that in the trash bag as well.
I got it. Barely. Yeah, they're tricky to let the bounce around.
Don't let that go. That's a stocking stuffer.
Yeah. Don't tell my wife. Okay, it's in the trash bag. Please don't like to see it.
Great, Rick. Thanks. And Hopper, while you're waiting, holding there, we'll take a glove and half inspection from you.
Okay. A2 and J1 disconnected. All the electricals are disconnected. I gotta just wire tie them out of the way.
Copy all, Rick.
So the crew is reporting to the ground teams that all the different electrical connectors have been removed from the failed pump. Electrical connectors have been removed from the failed pump itself. So coming up, they're going to be removing the pump actually from where it has been mounted since 2010.
Visual on that?
Copy, Hopper, we're good with that. Go to continue.
Okay. Well, if I'm in a position here, I think I'm going to check those. You guys are okay with it. The AGB at about mile marker with 6990.
Checking. And Hopper, you won't need to temp stow that. We're going to get it ready to install that on the pump module. So if you can hold it there, that'd be great.
Okay.
And 15 seconds to a short handover.